Om Shiva Raksha Babaji Og. Greetings, beloved beings of light. I am Paul White Gold Eagle with PrimeDisclosure.com. Today this is a very special transmission. I'm going to try to keep this under 20-30 minutes. Today is October 17th, 2022. We are on day 7 of 10 galactic activation portals in a row. A lot of energy coming in, a lot of intense energy from the great central sun. Some of you have heard there's several fires around us to the east. It's very symbolic. I'm out here in the Pacific Northwest. You see the east, the rising sun. I came from the east of the United States to be with my sacred Condor in the west. The west symbolic, the setting sun, the water, and the non-physical, the physical, the rising sun. Yang into yin, then yin into yang. It's a cycle. This is part of the reason the masters of the east came to the west for the transmission of the knowledge, the gnosis of the Tao, the way, the Buddha mind, the Brahma, the teachings of the Hindu, the Buddhist, the Taoist, Zen Buddhism. These are some of the masters I've trained with for many years, since I was 17 years old, 17. So I'm going to do a couple reviews, transmit some gnosis of these final days of the old earth. You see, the east was the old ways into the west. We merged the two, the old with the new with the old. We don't forget the old ways, the ways of our native people and our traditional lineages of the Taoists, the Buddhists. We bring all the philosophies together to create our own philosophy, our own spiritual practice. And we pick a path and go all the way with it. Yesterday, as some of you heard, if you listen to the transmission and know where we are here out west, there is a pretty big fire. I think it's over 2,000, 3,000 acres of burn. Yesterday, my queen and I, my sacred Condor, we took our 3 children. They're my stepchildren. We have 2 boys and a girl, 10, 12, 13. We took them to the pumpkin patch, and the wind shifted while we were there, and we had to evacuate the fire. It is it's called Camas, Washington, I believe, north of there. I think it's Larch Mountain, I'm not sure, but the fire spread and it started heading west from the east, and there's 2 other fires north. One's like Sunset Falls, one's up in Yakult, whatever you call it. So it's all these fires. It's pretty smoky right now. But the good news is the wind shifted. The evacuation zone shrunk. It's pretty much contained to a certain area as of now. And we're expecting rain for many days starting this Friday. So this will put the fires out pretty quickly. But we're still holding the line. We're holding it here and preparing in case if the wind shifts. We're mentally preparing and preparing physically, obviously, if we did have to evacuate. But right now things are looking very good. This has been one of the hottest and driest Octobers in history in this area that we're at in the southwest Washington state. It's been also one of the driest summers here. It's usually a lot of rain, and they do have some dry spells, but it's been very dry, very little rain over the last couple months. So it's prime for fires, and those that live out west know, especially Oregon and California, a lot of fires, especially over the last several years. Part of the problem was all the clear cutting over the last 100, 200 years here. The old growth, most of it's gone, so that causes a big problem, especially with fires, and fires getting out of control and spreading quick. But right now we're doing good. Just pretty smoky. The sun's setting here, and the sky's looking pretty orange from the haze of the smoke. But we're doing well. Everything's good. So thank you all for your prayers and blessings and sending your love out here. And yes, we are protected by our angelics, higher dimensionals, intradimensionals, and of course, Great Spirit. It's all as well. So those that have been following our journey here over the years, you hear me talking about medicine bear woman, grandmother bear, and mama bear. As you can see, this it's a gift. Beautiful glass shaped like crystal, like a teardrop, like a raindrop. This is from Mama Bear. Mama Bear is my queen's mother. And this, you can see I wear on special occasions. Get up close. This is a scarab with the sun and a crystal. You see our divine brothor of the light, Edgar Casey, that went by the sleeping prophet. He recommended in the final days of the old earth, as we transition to the new earth, to wear this symbol, especially by the throat chakra, as you know, the truth, the energy through our throat, transmitting our truth, our knowledge. And if, you know, what resonates in our heart. Yeah, of course, we always use discernment, but we keep an open mind. There's a great saying, Zen mind, beginner's mind. Zen means meditation, the mind of meditation, the mind of spirituality, of awakening, expansion. It's open, it's free. We're not bound by ideologies and false beliefs and dogma. We keep an open mind. The beginner's mind is open and ready for the knowledge to be transmitted. So we're never, no matter what art you master, those out there that mastered any art, I don't care if it's guitar, piano, or meditation, or tea ceremony, or culinary arts, it doesn't matter. You always refine and expand and grow. There's no plateau to bliss and expansion. It's endless. There is a plateau there is a bottom to suffering, which is the good news. So we're always living our passion as best as we can, living from our heart, being connected to all things. So today I want to introduce you, some of you have heard over the years, medicine bear, or grandmother medicine bear. There's a medicine bear woman that helped me on my journey out here before I left Cleveland. She has a place, her name's Lisa. She owns Bear Soul Studio and Rock Shop in Lakewood, Ohio. It's a very special place. We did a very long session as we connected with my sacred Condor, her children, and her family when I was still in Cleveland. This was 2 years ago. October 8th, 2020, the eagle and condor touched wings, the most blessed, sacred moment of my eternity, and the most special day 2 years ago. It's been quite an adventure, quite a journey. I took the greatest leap of faith in my 47 now. I've been in this realm 49 years in this physical vessel, and my queen and I, we come from 12D Venus. We're Venusian, Lyran, Vulcan, Elven. We come from many nations, and like I tell our people, we lowered our soul star spark, our essence, a piece of our essence into this avatar to assist humanity and Gaia through this great ascension process. So I'm going to introduce you to Grandma Medicine Bear, which was created by the shaman, our shaman medicine bear woman. You can see she has beautiful hair. She sits on our altar right now, my queen and I's altar, my goddess's altar, and this was a gift. Grandmother made the journey out here to lead the way for me before I came out here to connect with my sacred condors, and she, beautiful being. This was made by Lisa Owen, the shaman medicine bear woman of the bear clan. See, my queen and I were part of many clans. Bear and the lion, the feline of the Lyran. You can see here the claw of the sacred bear, very powerful. You can feel her energy. Just connect with her, connect to the ajna, the third eye, to the lights flickering as I'm speaking, which is Very strange. But we know these synchronicities and energies coming in, and see the blue dress, the blue of Venus in the waters. See, the masters, they came from the east to the west to transmit the gnosis and the energy of the rising sun to the setting sun, because they knew from the west would be the rising and flowering of human consciousness. And now the eagle connect with the condor, the north with the south, the east, west, and we meet in the middle. We call the fire in the center of the sacred hoop. So this is medicine bear, this is grandmother medicine bear, grandmother bear, and medicine bear woman from Cleveland, and she's still anchoring the codes there. This Lakewood is where my Library of Alexandria is. One day, when the time is right, I'll be able to move my library out west. It'll be a special occasion when the time is right and divine timing. My mother, Mary Jo, turned 76 in September 17. Today's October 17. She turned 76. She's protecting my library. It's up the street from the Mary Arts where Aphrodite used to work. I know there was one of Tom Hanks' last interviews was when they asked him, "Where are you located right now?" He said, "If you stick a pin in Lakewood, Ohio, I'm very close." They're always trying to poke the bear, but that's okay. We laugh our way to freedom. And that was before I left Cleveland. See, the East, that symbolized the old earth, or the suffering state, just like Cleveland, my past. There, all the years of trauma, suffering, we leave that behind us, but we don't forget, we don't forget history. This is why I still transmit the gnosis of our ancient ancestors and our people, because it's very important that we don't lose the knowledge, but we merge the two together of the new earth and the old. The old is the foundation. It's like the mud that the sacred lotus rises out of. You need that. They can't exist without that mud, and it's symbolic. We don't get caught up in the concepts. We're using concepts to point to the moon of enlightenment or source or our true nature. I also wanted to talk about this very special book that's going to activate some of you. This is as a child in the old earth, this is one of my favorite books. As a child, the Halloween tree. Halloween was obviously, like many of you, one of my favorite holidays, holy days. It's when the veil is very thin. We connect to the other side and the higher realms, higher dimensions. And this is by Ray Bradbury. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can purchase this book. And my sacred Condor and I plan on reading this Halloween night after we take our children trick-or-treating. Chick-or-treat. The little trick-or-treat. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. La matrica, the matrix, divine water. Ma, water. Mama, the mother, divine water. And trica, the tricks, is divinity or holy. It's like saying holy water, but that holiness, that sacredness got converted to the three hells, just like all beings are born perfectly awakened Buddhas, but that pure awareness gets converted to the three hells, the frightened animal, the angry demon, and the hungry ghost. This is the negative emotions. So we don't practice disassociation. Our meditation is so we can go deeper within and do our shadow work. You see, Carl Jung, he would, said the shadow, our shadow is an archetype, and it symbolizes the unconscious mind. It is the void, it is the emptiness that all springs forth out of, and it's the storage of what we call the subconscious. The subconscious is where a lot of these traumatic memories are stored. They're stored in the brain, but connected to the mind and the subconscious. So we do what we call shadow work, where we face our inner demons and we transmit our love to them, and we integrate those aspects of ourselves that were lost through the trauma and suffering that most of us have been through. All human beings do suffer through pain, death, loss, heartbreak, all these things. And we're here to heal all these aspects and awaken the inner child within, and we do it by having fun and living our love, our passion, our bliss. So the Halloween tree, Ray Bradbury, one of the greats. I don't know if this is reversed in the screen, but beautiful illustrations. I read this book probably the first time I was 9 years old or something. I think it was read in my school. I went to Grant Elementary, a beautiful elementary school. They had Gemini, Mariner, you know, the classrooms were named after the planets, of course, and amazing place. Mr. Paul was the principal. Look at this beautiful illustrations in here. And Ray Bradbury, the author of another amazing book, The Martian Chronicles. I remember I saw that miniseries movie, whatever it was, when probably 9, 10 years old, and I remember how it affected me on a deep level, because you know we're all connecting to our star nations and remembering our true history, our ancient history, and our galactic history, our cosmic history. And I remember in that movie when the extraterrestrial was say aliens, a very strange word, they don't like that. But, you know, our star families, our star nations, because the new earth, beloved beings of light, which is what the main thing I want to transmit in today's video is about family. It's about being a good father, a good mother, a good husband, wife, divine counterpart, finding the peace within, because there will never be peace in the world till each individual finds the peace within. That's the merging, the heros, gamos, internal, and then bringing peace, harmony, love, and balance to our family and to our home through being a good parent, mother, father, good husband, wife, and loving your family. My family's everything. My children, they're my stepchildren, but they're everything to me. And the second greatest day of my life, other than touching wings with my sacred Condor, is this past Father's Day, when my queen told me that I was the greatest stepfather on this planet. That meant more to me than anything mystical, metaphysical. Training with the masters. I've trained in the highest mountains and the lowest valley. I trained in the monasteries, the temple. I trained in the mountains of the Blue Ridge and the Catskills and Mount Shasta with the gold dragons, the Kunlun lineage, and in the desert, you know, in the ocean, you know, in the seas. I trained in the pitch black for a year in Shen Gong, a certain lineage I can't speak about. I'm being watched by both sides still until we're free from the false matrix. So we'll end that on that. So look at the beautiful illustration, the Halloween tree. This is like beautiful book. We're running close to time here. I'm going to end this soon, but I'm going to read like an excerpt. And so in Ray Bradbury, I'm jumping around a little bit because there's a lot I want to get in this 20, 30 minutes. I'm very busy working on several projects, so I wanted to get this in before Halloween so you can get this book to read to your children or loved ones and your nephews, nieces, whomever. Ray Bradbury. So in the Martian Chronicles, very moving movie about extraterrestrials and they coming to Earth. And the one scene that really I've never forgot since I've seen it, because it haunted me in a way, because our divine brother of the light, Jesus Christos, who modern man calls Jesus, we as our brother called him Jesus, and Mary Magdalene, who is my queen and I's teacher and very good friends in another timeline. There was a scene in that movie when the one extraterrestrial was shape-shifting. He could shape-shift into anyone, and in the end, as he was dying, I don't want to give any spoiler, but there was a spoiler alert. No, my queen doesn't like spoilers, but I don't care about them. You know, just tell me how the story ends, you know, so we can get it over with. No, but as he's shape-shifting, he shifts into Jesus Christos, and that thought, the New Jerusalem and Sananda, the extraterrestrial perception of this Messiah, the Savior that those of us that are in the know that you know, this is an interdimensional being that can manifest an avatar, immortal, like Babaji of the Hindu, from the Himalayas. So amazing book. I'm going to read a little excerpt. This has to do with time travel, interdimensional. They go to Egypt and places. On Halloween night, 8 trick-or-treaters gather at the haunted house by the edge of town, ready for adventure. But when something whisks their friend Pip away, only one man can help the boys find him. Join the sinister Karapachi Clavicle Mound Shroud. What a name. Very cool. Ray Bradbury was a genius. As he takes them on an unforgettable journey through space and time, deep into the mysteries of the spookiest of all nights. Can the boys save Pip before it's too late? You know, that's just a little excerpt, and I just love this book, you know, because it touched on, you know, the starseed energy of the beauty of this holiday, and the creativity of the beauty of this world. And you could see from that image, like the pumpkins and the tree, you know, that was part of, you know, the book. It always, the visuals of it. And they go to Egypt and the mummies and other places through time and space. So I recommend, if you can, maybe one day my queen and I will read that to you. We're going to read it to our 3 children, the Trinity, the Trident, on Halloween night after we take them trick-or-treaters, you know, to get some to candy. So, you know, they're candy fix, you know. When I was a kid, I just loved the candies, you know, and the aromatherapy. I remember in some of you that grew up in the 70s and 80s, the scratch and sniffs. I was like telling my sacred Condor and our children, it was like aromatherapy. These things you could scratch forever and they would smell, and they smelled exactly, it was like magic. They can't make anything like that today. And we would like exchange, like scratch your back, like I'll scratch your back for a scratch and sniff. It was some very strange things we did as children, but going through crazy traumas and insanity, it was like a glimpse of the new earth, you know, scratching. It was like root beer smell or strawberry, and some like smelled like shoe, shoe leather. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You can get them on eBay. Look up like scratch and sniff, whatever. I was looking them up. I'm like, dang it. You know, our daughter and my queen thought that was sold. I was like, dang it, no, because it's like $12 for like one sticker, you know. But I was like, dang, they got it. And like, now I'm going to have to spend money on the money I don't have on scratch and sniffs to relive the nostalgia of the past. But yes, we leave the past in the past, but we enjoy, you know, we focus on the beauty of what we have experienced and where we are now, because, you know, it's all about this now moment. Bringing the joy to your life, to your family, living your passion. That's what it's all about. I know we're the connection with our star people, but here's the thing, beloved beings of light. If the star nations, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, Andromedans, these are all my friends. If they could awaken humanity, believe me, they would. But this is an inside job. They're assisting us on many levels and keeping us from, you know, going too far or imploding into our own footprint kind of thing, you know, to an extreme, you know. But they can't do the work for us, the shadow work, the work of meditation, of our spiritual practices, of going within. This is an inside job, and only you can transmit the highest love, the highest light, the highest truth to your inner child, and embrace them and show them the love that that child deserves, and run wild and free, because, you know, we're like caged human animals, you know, through all these anxieties, depressions. We're going to be hopefully doing videos, myself and my team, you know, Divine Brothors, Sisters, of integrating the shadow, healing from traumas, and all these things through spirit integration of aspects of ourselves through recapitulations, teaching, releasing releasing negative emotions, allowing yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling. Got to check the time here. Got a couple more minutes and I'm going to end this. I believe I transmitted most of what I wanted to through this video, and just thank you all very much for joining us on this great mission and for your support. We couldn't be doing this work without you, so thank you to all our patrons on Patreon and all of you that donate and all of you that support our channel by liking, commenting, sharing, helping us with this AI algorithm. You know, so all the help we can get is appreciated. Every dollar helps, so thank you for supporting us in this great work and mission. And if you'd like to support our channel, help us to be able to create more videos like this and our daily transmissions, you can make a monthly pledge or donation. The links are at eagleofcondor.com, and now we offering YouTube memberships, so thank you to all our members of our tribe on YouTube and Patreon and all of you that have supported us. I couldn't be doing this without you. I left everything in Cleveland, my business of 18 years, my family, all my friends, diving into the unknown, and this is part of my process. I, of course, have to go to extremes. I can't do anything mediocre or normal like most of you. You know what I'm talking about. I had to get hit in the chest with a 2x4 when my Condor reached out to me to make that great change to come to the new earth in 5D. And we're merging worlds. We're 5D's fully anchored in. We're going 7D, 9D all the way. We're merging 12D. 12D is what I believe, and our perception and beliefs and knowledge is our highest form, closest to source. You know, to the 13, sacred 13. I know there's different philosophies, 72 dimensions, infinite dimensions, but we're simplified. 12D is the most pure, beautiful, and of our elven form, my queen of the elven nation from 12D Venus, you know, and the commander of our sacred ship, our Merkaba. I let her command, and I just sit back and chill out and enjoy and have fun and poke the the perceptions of false beliefs. So thank you very much, and appreciate you all, and have a most beautiful and blessed day and journey through this great ascension spiral as we continue to rise together. For as Gaia rises, we rise with her. So keep holding the line, keep holding the faith, keep the faith alive of our mission and our joy and bliss, and love your family, your divine counterpart, yourself. You know, love yourself with all your heart. Look in the mirror, in the eyes, look into the eyes of God through the portal to your soul, and transmit love to that inner child and say, we got your back and we've got this. You know, we cannot fail because love always wins. So the eagle and the condor love you very much. We send you so much love, blessings in the light. Namaste. In la ketch alakin. Aho. Om Maham Vadraguru Padme Siddhi Hum.